Hey guys, today I will explain the code of the Bitcoin block clock for M5Stick C+. Alright, it is a block clock that shows the actual block height of the Bitcoin. It's like a watch. Okay, um, here I have the code. I will explain every part of this code. So here I have the imports of the dependencies and the third party codes is like the import of JavaScript. And here I have the instances of in some variables and some variables of other things. So here I defined the Wi-Fi multi and the HTTP client is like the Axios of the JS. And here I have the block H global state and the battery level, the SSID of the Wi-Fi and the password of the Wi-Fi, and some other constants like the battery mean voltage that is 3.7 volts and the battery max voltage is 4.1 volts. And here I have the two most important functions. Remember that M5Stick C Plus runs on ESP32 processor, but we have this structure in Arduino 2, so it's like an Arduino Uno. We have the setup function that is run one time when we turn on the board, and we have the loop that is run every time, always in the board. Is like a infinite loop, so we have to make a delay. So I initialize the M5Stick C plus, passing some arguments. So I need the power enable is true, but I don't need the serial port. I don't need to print things on serial port, so I turn it false. Here I set the size of the text, the rotation of the screen. The rotation of the screen will be always 1. The text size will be changing in every function, but the rotation is every 1. The set cursor is an appointment of the line before I print. Before I print everything in this screen, here before I print, I set the cursor, set the position of the screen when I will start to write. Okay, it's like a write machine. I need to set cursor and write, and after I need to set another cursor and in another position of the screen. So I print Blockclock. After this, I set the cursor again and I print connecting Wi-Fi, and I call the Wi-Fi multi, add the AP. So I added the SSID and the password of the Wi-Fi. So this will connect to Wi-Fi, and I verify the setup function. If Wi-Fi is connected, I print that Wi-Fi is connected and make some delay of 0.5 seconds. See if Wi-Fi is not connected, I print connection failure. So if connection failure to Wi-Fi, the block clock don't work. So stop here. Don't need to do anything. So after the setup function runs, we get the loop function. So here I define that the block height string variable is the block height local of the loop, and if the Wi-Fi is connected, I call the get block height function. So I set the block height to the return of the block height function is a function that returns a string. I make a get on the HTTP, so I get the block height is this returns a string, it's not a JSON or anything, is just a string, and I verify if the HTTP code is equal to 200. I return the string of the body of the get, but if the HTTP code is different, that's 200, I returns the message of error. So here I make another if, Uh, if the local blockade that I get the blockade here, if this is different from the global blockade, I set the global blockade to actual blockade, and I clear the screen and I print the info on the screen. Why I make this second if? It's because the Bitcoin prints, né, generate a block every 20 minutes or 25 minutes, something like that. I forget, but it's a large time. But the delay is 1 minute. So here I have 1 minute delay, and if I call clear screen and print if info for 1 minute, the screen will be cleared and the information is printed again. But it's the same information, it's the same blockade. So I do this if, so because if the blockade actual is equal to the blockade printed in the screen, so this blockade means significantly the actual blockade printed in the screen, if is equal, don't need to do anything. But if is different, so I call the clear screen function. This clear screen function prints a rectangle on alt screen, so clearing the screen, and I call print info. That's set the cursor, set the texture size, and print the information on the screen, on the LCD. And I have the function print battery is another if negation of is charging. So if is charging is true, I invert the boolean and don't do anything. But is if is the position is if the return of is charging is true, is false, I change this and print the battery. So why I make this? Because if the battery is charging, I don't need to show the position of the battery, the level of the battery. I only print the level of the battery if the M5Stick 5 Plus is disconnected from the power. So if the current of the battery is higher than 0, is charging. If lower than 0, it's not charging. So if this happens, I call the function print battery. The function print battery set a minor text size, and I call the function to calculate the battery percentage. I pass to the function the battery voltage is a int value. So the calculate battery percentage receives the voltage has parameter, and I make some calculations here to discover the actual level of the battery. This is not precise, so sometimes the battery level is 4.2 volts, 4.21 volts, and this is higher than the level max of 4.1. And the calculate battery percentage can return 110 or 120 percent of the battery. So after I get the battery percentage, I verify if the battery level is higher than 100. If it's higher than 100, I only print 100. Okay, and return. If it's lower than 100, I set the cursor to print the actual battery level in the battery. So I can show this code working on my M5Stick C++. So let's go. So here is the M5Stick C++. All right, is a ESP32 processor. So let's power on. Okay, Blockclock connecting Wi-Fi connected, and here is the actual Bitcoin block height. All right, is 769,730 769,620. I don't know how to read numbers in English. All right, here in Brazil we don't speak English, we speak the Brazilian Portuguese. but he is the thing working, so is very beautiful, and the orange of the plastic combines with the Bitcoin logo. Okay, it's like orange peel or some other reference to orange color in the Bitcoin community. So is a interesting thing to buy and to make. I thinking in new features for this code to get this code more interesting with more functions, and I think that's this thing have a battery very weak, so I thinking in forms of increase the battery duration with some operations in the code, and other features like Bluetooth, if you can connect this thing in Bluetooth, and we will have an application on cell phone that allows you to connect your mobile phone in this thing, so you don't we won't need Wi-Fi to get the blockade. I maybe this will more economic in in question of battery level, but but this video is only. So thanks for watching. Thanks very much. Goodbye.